Hey guys, I hope you guys enjoyed the proof of sine x, and now we're going to do cosine x. I actually hope that you guys even attempted it. It's the same format, but there's only one new thing that you guys have to recall. So just a friendly reminder that the limit as h approaches 0 of sine h over h is 1, and the limit as h approaches 0 of cosine h minus 1 over h is 0. Check out my limits video in my playlist. All right, once again, you are not allowed to distribute cosine 30 plus 45 to be cosine 30 plus cosine 45. Absolutely not. Okay, so what is the sum of two angles for cosine? Well, I hope you guys remember this from trig or even pre-calc. Ready? Cosine, cosine, sine, sine. What you're going to do now is you're going to place the first letter, then the second letter, then the first letter, then the second letter. That's the trick. Cosine, cosine, sine, sine. Now, plus actually becomes a minus. If you guys recall from the sine video, it stayed the same. You see, sine stays same. S, S, S. Cosine changes. C and C, okay? So that's what this equals. This is what we're going to need for the definition of a derivative. So let's go on and let's do this. All right, your function is equal to cosine x. Function x plus h. Every time I see an x, I'm going to put a x plus h. Once again, from the previous, so let's talk about this. This is the definition of a derivative. F of x plus h minus f of x over h, the limit as h approaches 0. That's the important part. Now, f of x plus h is what we found right here. Cosine, cosine, sine, sine with the minus sign. Ready? Cosine, cosine, sine, sine with the minus. Now, that's f of x plus h. Now, in the red, I have minus f of x. So that's this guy, all over h. I'm going to rearrange these terms just like I did in my sine proof. And I'm going to put him and these guys together. Okay, so that's cosine x, cosine h, minus cosine x all over h. Then I'm going to have this person by themselves over h. Okay, remember that if you were going to combine this, I can get them. So yes, your h gets separated, but it's under both of them. So I'm going to factor out a cosine x, and I'm left with one of those famous limits on the previous slide. So that's going to be 0 only when I apply h approaches 0. So this guy here is 0. And then the next person, I see sine h over h. That is actually 1. Now remember, we're only working with the letter h. Therefore, the x's are not affected in any way. So this is 1. 1 times sine x is sine x, and then we have this minus. Do not forget this. Here, sure, the x is affected because it got hit with the 0. But my point is you're only applying the h to this. So therefore, the derivative of cosine x is negative sine x, and that is your proof. So now you guys know that the derivative of sine x is cosine x, and the derivative of cosine x is negative sine x. I'm going to give you guys a little secret before I close this video. Every trig function that starts with a c, their derivative will be a negative. All right, subscribe and come back.